What's up guys, it's Rogue here and welcome back to yet another amazing video on the channel. For today I got you a updated post Cyberstrom access Exo Stepsister deck profile. A lot of people have been requesting a updated version to the video I put about a month ago, which was post Cyberstrom access, but of course hand trap ratios have changed, hand traps themselves have changed in order to sort of deal with the super heavy samurais and with the purely deck lists that are, I hope when the new ban list comes out, will be meta. So if you do enjoy this type of content, make sure you do leave a like, a comment, subscribe once you're down there. 93% of you that watch this video are not subscribed. What are you doing? Help a brother out. Also, special thanks to Can Boska, who is part of our membership program. If anything like that interests you, make sure you do check it out. It gives you exclusive perks, badges, and things that you can post in the comments down below. Also, shout out to my man Dean, and he wanted me to say this, so your mum. And without any further ado, let's straight into this deck profile.
Dean, your mum.
Starting on with the ExoSister deck profile here, we have pretty much standard ratios here for the ExoSisters, so I'm just going to show you guys quickly. We have triple Martha, triple Elise, triple Stella, double Sophia, and one Irene. Now, these are pretty standard ratios. The deck's pretty much been solved in terms of the ExoSister lineup. So I think that these ratios are pretty much perfect. We only play 2 Sophia because it on itself doesn't do anything. We also play the 1 Irene because it's by far the worst one, but we need it because Sophia mentions Irene, and if we're doing Vadis plays, we basically need to summon both of these guys from the deck. So that is the ExoSisters we're playing. If you don't know, all of them have the effect that if your opponent moves a card out of either graveyard, they actually summon using themselves as material, so they basically become Zodiacs. Martha has the effect that you can do it too and trigger the effect. For the spirits, now this is what is going to replace the Magister Zora. Triple Aratama, which is broken because it is a 1-card combo in combination with Sakitama into your main monster with the full combo basically. You got your boss monster, you got the trap, you got 4 banishers and follow-up just with the 1 Aratama. So Sakitama is crazy. It's the new card from Cyberstorm Access. If you don't know what it does, reveal it in your hand, normal summon it. It's a level 4 and you can use it as material. So that is why they are really, really good. For the hand traps, Triple Ash, because Branded just hate this card. Triple Ghost Ogre, really good in a super heavy samurai matchup. You hit the scales. And then the win condition, we have triple Droll and Lockbird. We also have Dimension Shifter we can play. I have that in the side at the moment, which I will be showing. Droll is just a pretty much automatic win against most meta decks this format, including stuff like super heavy samurais. Pearly get affected a lot by this card as well. Branded as well, so that is why we're playing the Droll. Moving on to the spells, triple ExoSister packs. This is the rotor for any single card in the archetype. Also, if you are picking a monster, you can special summon it to the field, provided that the monster that it lists is in the field or graveyard. And the 1 ExoSister Carpe de Venom. I think this card is worth playing at 1. It gives you Nibiru protection, it's spell and trap removal. It's just a good card in general to be playing at 1. You can always side it out if you don't like it. For the generic spells, triple Pot of Prosperity, extremely free in this deck. We only ever really summon like 3 or 4 monsters from the extra deck going first. So we don't really need much. So triple Pot of Prosperity will always be revealing 6. We have the 1 Called by the Grave to stop hand traps, and then the 1 triple tax. These are sort of the 2 flex spots, so you can do anything. It can be like 1 thrust, 1 tactics, 1 call by, 1 something else. It doesn't have to be these 2 cards. I just think these 2 provide the best in sort of combating hand traps and pushing through the boards. And then for the traps, double ExoSister Returnia. I just love this card. The fact it says Banish 2 is crazy. And then ExoSister Vadis, which says special summon 2 ExoSisters from the deck, and you pretty much always do this in chain to your opponent moving a card out of the graveyard. So it's 2 XC summons as well. That is it for the main deck. It is 40 cards. Let's now move on to the extra deck. Moving on to the extra deck, we have one beautiful Starlight Access Code Talker with the full package. So we got the Celine and we have the Liner. We play this package because only Martha locks us into ExoSisters, so this is very versatile, helps break boards, helps against the back row matchups as well, because you can just get, the thing is with Access Code Talker, you're only ever really going to get 1 pop. So that is why this isn't that great, but it is pretty big, and it is a free pop that the opponent can't respond to, so that is why I'm playing it. We have double of the ExoSister Magnifica. This is one of the best boss monsters I've ever seen. It takes two rank 4 Xyz monsters, two ExoSister rank 4 Xyz monsters. It is a banish and a quick effect tag out. It can also attack twice, so it's really good for going for game. And then into the materials you tag out, they will obviously get their effects the turn they're summoned, and this counts as Xyz summoning that card. We have triple of the ExoSister Michaelis. This is the one you're going to summon by far the most. The turn it's summoned, it is a just quick effect banish, and it's also a rotor for a spell and trap by detaching, and it's just insanely useful. We have the one you're going to summon the second most amount of times, ExoSister Caspatel. It's on summon, doesn't really do anything great. It just locks your opponent. It locks both players from special summoning monsters from the graveyard, which is pretty cool. And you can detach and search for a monster, usually Martha, to then summon Martha and get access to your Michaelis. And then for the utility spots, you don't really make these guys that often. They're just there in certain scenarios. We have the one Jabreen and the one Asophiel. Asophiel is like the Abyss Dweller, and Jabreen is sort of like a impermanence. So that is why. And then Asophiel, during your turn as well, is a compulsory. It's just the turn it's summoned, it's an Abyss Dweller. So double use out of the Asophiel. Jabreen is just the compulse, but it also gives an attack boost as well, which helps go for game. And then for the last two Xyz monsters that we play, we have the one Big Boy Zeus, because Zeus is still one hell of a card. And the one Gaga Cowboy. You do pay a lot of life points, but two Xyz monsters, two normal ExoSister monsters in time make Cowboy, and that gets you the game. That is the extra deck. We will now be moving on to the side deck. Moving on to the side deck here, we have triple of the Dimensional Shifter. This card is coming good again, so you can side it. If it becomes extremely good, you can always just main it. The only relevant thing about ExoSister and the graveyard is that you don't care about your graveyard. That is why Shifter is really, really nice, and you can easily add it in. Triple Ghost Mourner. This is just some sort of experimental spots that I'm testing at the moment. I just think Ghost Mourner is pretty good because in time as well, it sort of can stop your opponent's turn completely, meaning they can't pop off, because if they do, they're going to take burn, and it's just an effect veiler basically. But you can also do it during your turn, which effect veiler you can't. We have triple of the Lightning Storm, helps break boards, helps against the back row matchups. We have triple Cosmic Cyclone, again, just for the back row matchups really, and against Runic. And then we have triple Solemn Strike. After testing, I think this should probably be Solemn Judgment, because you lose pretty hard to evenly matched. Your big boss monster can't respond to evenly matched, but when you can, but it's a bit late at that point. So that is why we're going to be changing these out to the Judgments. So then going to games 2 and 3, if we're going first, we can just side out, I don't know, like some cards that, like maybe the ExoSister Captivinium, a Call By, and something else, and side in either the strikes, if you prefer strikes, or Judgments to protect yourself against evenly matched and those blowout cards. So yeah, now let's get on to the one card combo. I'm going to show you why this deck is broken. So this is the one card combo that the Spirit Engine does provide, and why I think this deck is actually going to be meta. We're going to normal summon our Aratama, use Aratama effect, we add the Sakitama. Sakitama effect, we reveal this card in our hand, immediately normal summon. We can now overlay, summon our ExoSister Caspatel. Caspatel effect, it doesn't really matter which one. I guess for call by reasons, it matters. I guess you always just detach the Aratama maybe. I'm not entirely sure on that one. We search for our Martha. We can now use Martha because the only thing we've done this turn is normal summon and then special summon a ExoSister monster. We haven't special summoned anything else that isn't an ExoSister, so that's why the spirits are broken. We're going to summon our Martha. Martha's going to special summon a Elise from the deck. We're going to overlay. We're going to make our ExoSister Michaelis. We can banish a card if we so please at this point. We're going to detach. We're going to search a Returnia. We're going to set our Returnia. We're going to overlay these two now. We're going to make our ExoSister Magnifica. And this doesn't look like a lot, but I guarantee you that if opponent, doesn't have hand traps, and this is the board you end up with, bar Dark Ruler no more, something like that, they're not going to be able to play through this. Why? ExoSister Magnifica is a quick effect banish. So, and it doesn't target that either, it just banishes. If your opponent does something you don't like, you tag out, you summon your Michaelis, you can Michaelis banish, and then you can flip up your Returnia, banish 2 more cards because we actually summon this turn, and then during your turn, even if you have no cards, you can detach, search for a ExoSister Pax, get you Martha, summon, get Caspatel, search for a monster, and then you got plays all over again. So that is why I think this 1-card combo is absolutely insane. 1 card, 4 banishes, and follow-up. So that is the end of my updated ExoSister deck profile. I hope you guys enjoyed. As I said, I think this deck is going to be a really big threat post-ban list, and once Cyberstrom access is in full swing and the ban list has dealt with a few things, I think the decks that are going to be meta are Super Heavy, Samurai, and Pearly. I think ExoSisters can deal with them relatively efficiently. So if you did enjoy this type of video, make sure you do subscribe so that you don't miss our next upload. We upload twice a week, Mondays and Fridays, and if there are any updates in between, I usually interact with you guys in the community tab section. So without any further ado, I'm Rota here, and I'll see you all in the next video.
It's time! Let's go!